Hello, welcome to Wet Suzuka. So let's go through what is kind of a known track, let's say, known entity. I will go through this qualifying lap a little bit on a higher speed because it's just a long lap there, of course. But yeah, I really felt hooked in this qualifying lap. So I'm taking this SS. You all know the famous SS in the first sector of Suzuka. You really need a planted car, and this Lexus that I'm driving this season is really good in this sector itself. Then coming to these right-handers, really hooking up all of the curbs. You don't want to actually go too much to the curbs like I did there, just because it's wet. Like I said in the beginning, it's a wet Suzuka, so the race itself would be fully wet, just because of the conditions that was set. So in this session it went from kind of wet to dry, so that's why I'm now in the dry tires, and really made my lap almost to the end. In fact, it is already towards the end. It's already the final lap, so I have to nail this lap. I only had like one chance, actually two chances to do it, and this is the last lap to do it. Then going through this spoon curve on the left hand side there, now braking really hard just before the 100-meter board. You can see some cars going out of there, so a little bit tentative there, but anyways, I come back into P number 3. So I would say a really good qualifying session there, one of my maybe better ones in terms of pressure to do it. So really happy with that lap. Let's see how the sprint race would go. Alrighty then, so let's go through the wet sprint race, starting from third. Dizzying heights for me, I think. But I think from what you will be able to see, not much foreshadowing. I will not keep my third position, but anyway, let's go into the race itself. So here, let's go. I kind of had actually a bad start there comparatively, so I think I missed my gear, I think, or there was a lot of wheel spin there, so I went defensive very early on. So anyway, still keeping my third position. Let's fast forward in the later parts of the lap. So now Chris is going to go a little bit wide. He's understeering with all of the traction there that he has, and I just managed to go to the inside there, a little bit of banging there, but all is good. Just managed to get that position. So now to P number 2. And let's keep going in this straight. Now you can see a kerfuffle of cars behind me there, so I'm going to the outside, and Kellen there is going to the inside, so obviously it's not the best place to place your car. I had to give up the position a little bit, and because of this, there's a lot of kerfuffle going on there. I think Chris is the one who initiated that, and there's a lot of things happening there. I managed to miss most out of it, and here I'm going to the outside there of my teammate and Isaac. Just about managed to get past my teammate there. After all of those, coming back out in P4, I think I will take it. So let's keep going. So let's go to lap number 3. My teammate is right behind me, and I get a little bit of tap from him there. He kind of apologized after the race. Of course, it wasn't his intention. But anyways, I'm down to P number 5, and now very close behind is Hixie. So he's kind of in my draft there. So I just managed to keep inside of him, but here I make a bad mistake there, so I'm understeering all the time because of the wet patch there, so I'm going all the way to the outside, and Hixie gets an easy pass there to P number 4. Now lap number 4 is when I decided to come into the pits, and this is where it unravels for me. I think you might have noticed there, the keen-eyed of you, I kind of touched the line there, so that would be a 3-second penalty already. It just went downhill from here, so coming back out in P number 15. So in the out lap itself, you can see now I'm going to go a little bit to the AstroTurf there, and that was enough to spin my car there. So I'm really having a torrid time now, so trying to spin my car in the right way and go back, so really way behind in 15. So unfortunately that's where I will finish, so plumb last in P15. With that 8 race. So maybe I should explain a little bit why I did that badly actually. So it's actually based on strategy. So I started in the intermediates, and most of them started in the mediums, I think, or at least they changed much earlier than me into the softer tire or medium tires to go to the finish, and I did this a little bit later, at least 2 laps too late. And that caused the issue. So strategy not so good, but anyway, let's see how the feature race would go. So let's go to the feature race. There's only one way forward from last position, of course. Easier said than done. The treacherous conditions of the rain still continue, so I have to start in the intermediate tires, as all would start as well. So I'm going a little bit in the fast speed here, and I wanted to go through the whole lap here because I think this is one of the most interesting laps that I have started in GT. That's why I want to go through the whole lap and show you exactly what happened and how everyone was so close to each other. You can see I'm already past Chris here. Little bit of tapping here and there, I would say, and Isaac was really moving around with this connection there. So here I think I did a little bit of a banging and he banged Chris, and Chris had a little bit of a moment there. So I think that was on me, so I apologize to Isaac and also of course to Chris for that. Yeah, so yeah, here as well, a lot of argy-bargy going on there, but I think everything is fine. It's just so close to each other. So like I said, very interesting lap. Of course, I'm still banging dents there as I keep going to the pin here as well. Just trying to find a way to place my car, just make sure that I go here and there. So now Turbo Boy is in front of me, Isaac still close to me, and everyone is having some kind of a moment, so trying to pick the eye of the needle. Yeah, and of course the road is so treacherous as well. You have to really apply the throttle quite gingerly there. Yeah, so you have to pick your moment. I'm trying to go to the inside there. Isaac kind of closes the door there. So up to P13 already in all of those moments. So here braking a little bit early, and then I just managed to find the inside position there. I'm now going to kind of outbrake almost everyone and go to the outside, which comes the inside now, and I managed to get so many positions there up to P9. And Turbo Boy is right in the right hand side there, which my Lexus is going to just overpower him and go to P number 9. Managed to make so much of positions there, and now Astro is also going to go. I think there was a little bit of budging from me, so again apologies there. But yeah, P number 8. So after that opening, let's go to lap number 3. So Wack is going a little bit outside there, and I kind of follow him out there, and I also kind of bang him to make him go back into position. So yeah, I just kind of understeered together with him, and you can see that once you just go outside, you're gonna lose so much of momentum. So I'm just trying to keep the two guys there behind me, but it's just so tricky there. And yeah, here I'm gonna spin out a little bit and lose a little bit more momentum, but just about managed to keep my position. So P number 9. So that lap itself is when we decided to come into the pits. Of course, you can see many people also coming in. The track was already getting a bit drier, so I'll be changing from intermediates to mediums without fuel, and just about managed to ghost Astro there. So managed to get one position now to P number 9. Let's go to lap number 6. Wack there has a little bit of a moment with Anton there, so he lost a little bit of momentum coming out of that pin, and I managed to just go to the outside of him, and the Lexus has much more power in terms of the straight to get past the car there. So just managed to get P number 6 from there. Next lap, Anton in front of me. I make a bit of a mistake there, and you can see when I just go to the outside there, especially when you have a soft tire, it's really easy to kind of like keep understeering into the corner, and because of that I lose one position to Kellen. Let's go lap number 8 then. We are going every lap there, something happening. So Ross having a moment over there, so getting one free position. Now yeah, like I said, this place here is not my best position at all. You can see now I'm having a little bit of moment there. It looks like I'm almost giving the position to my teammate, which is actually not the case, of course. Yeah, that was pretty much my kryptonite corner for this race. You might see later on as well. But yeah, so dropping now to P number 6, still keeping behind my teammate, and here again just make one mistake and I keep making a few more mistakes there, and now I'm going to lose one more position to Wack. Yeah, going back to P7. So then we go to lap number 10. My teammate now makes a bit of a meal out of the corner. I presume it's because of old tires. At this point the mediums are crying out loud. Yeah, and Wack also gets a little bit of moment there, so I managed to kind of go to the outside there, so have a bit of momentum against the mosquito car of Wack. The Mazda of course has a little bit of a distinct sound, of course, but just about managed to go to the outside and make a good move there out of Wack. So good move there. So P number 5. Lap 11 is when we decided to come into the pits, changing to another set of medium tires all the way to the end then, and of course refueling also just enough so that we can go towards the end. So at the end of the day we will come back out in P number 9. Let's go to lap 13 there. Isaac behind me is just going to give me a little bit of a bump over there, so maybe retribution from lap number 1, but regardless drop down to P number 9. Let's go to the next lap. Again I just understeer way too much in this corner here. I'm going to lose a little momentum coming out of there, out of my teammate. Again it looks like I'm just giving the position to my teammate, but it's actually not the case, of course. So dropping to P number 9. Next lap then, Anton in the outside there, so he I think had a bit of a moment, and I just managed to try to go to the inside here. A little bit of wheel banging there, I think. Yeah, a little bit maybe almost a push to pass there, but I think all was fair. Had a discussion after the race, of course. Yeah, I think all was good. So yeah, now to P number 6. So just later in the lap there, like I said, this place is my kryptonite corner. Just didn't have like a good feel, maybe because of the wet as well a little bit, so lost the position back to Anton. So still staring at the back of Anton in the same lap there. So now I'm trying to go to the outside, maybe not the best, because if you remember lap number 1, yeah, didn't work out for me, and again it didn't work out for me. I'm losing momentum here with Dance, which is already to the inside or the outside. I'm in the inside. I just managed to go easy a little bit here, and yeah, drop down to P number 8. Okay, so let's go to lap number 18 here. I'm going to make another mistake, again another understeering mistake, yeah, towards K10 passing me there. And you can see that just because of that one mistake, I'm just going to lose a lot of momentum as your tires get a little bit different to drive, or difficult to drive, I would say, and you just lose this momentum as I say. So now I'm losing one position now to Hixie, so to P number 10. So the following lap, K10 is going to make an error there, so he's going to go now to the outside, make an error and jump one position to P number 9. Alright, so then let's go through some retrospectives. This is the last lap already, of course, going a little bit in a faster speed. So in the sprint race itself, I think I just got the strategy call wrong. So I started in the wrong tires, or I pitted just too late to make an influence on the race itself. Yeah, so that's, I think, something that I need to maybe just practice and do a little bit better there. But in the feature race, I think all of this micro issues there, even starting last, I mean, now I'm already up to 9th position. So overall, I think if you say that I started in last and come to 9th, I think I would have accepted that. But you have seen that there was a lot of mistakes and errors that if I kind of reduced it, I could have even been in the podium, for example. So I think the pace is there, as evident from the qualifying pace. Just needs to get better in terms of the race pace and in terms of race guilelessness, I would say. That is where I think I need to improve a little bit in terms of just racing close to each other in difficult conditions in the rain. Just needs to be a little bit better. That's definitely comes with training, of course. But yeah, that will get better. So now I'm finishing the lap in P number 9. Just a confirmation there again of the standings. So you can see P number 1 is so far ahead of the others, and the others are quite close actually, from P2 to myself, maybe about 6 seconds away. So yeah, that just goes to show that if I didn't make all of those errors, I could have been much closer to the podium even. But it is what it is. Now let's go through the final standings. Of course, I'm not really looking much to this, and I'll definitely help my teammate who is currently in the podium position. So I'll definitely try to help him as much as I can. Of course, I accidentally helped him a lot in this race as well. But regardless, hope you enjoyed the race. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next video.